Guys, and welcome back to Code.com. Today, I'm going to show you guys a program that I made using HTML and JavaScript that actually finds the factorial of a number. So if you guys don't know what a factorial is, it's basically, say for the 5 factorial, it'll be like 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So it'll be like multiplying it with every single whole number below it. And in this program, I made a tool that actually finds the factorial. So let's go test it out. So the factorial of 5 is 120. So it'll be like 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So if we press OK, it'll say the factorial of 5 is 120. So let's learn how to make this. So the first thing we want to do is make a new program. So you guys can use your HTML editor if that's more easier for you. Or for people that are really beginners and don't have an editor, you guys can just follow along with Notepad. So I'm going to use Notepad today. So let's make a new file in Notepad. Just open it up. And here we can start coding. So let's first start up our HTML page. Then let's make the head portion of it. In this video, I'm just assuming you have basic HTML knowledge. If you don't, you guys can check my intro to HTML video. So, in the head tag, we can put the title tag. Basically, what the title tag is that it's basically the name you see in this tab at the top of your browser. So, in that title tag, we can put Factorial and close it. Now we can close the head tag and let's start the body tag. So in here is where we want to do our coding. So first of all, let's add the JavaScript part of it, the part that actually does the logic. So open the script tag. So in here you can type in JavaScript code. So in here is where we're going to type in the logic of the code. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to do 5 times the number below it, which is 4. So we'll get 20. And then we do 20 times the number even lower than 4, which is 3. So it'll be 60. And then we do 60 times 2, which will be 120. And 120 times 1 is 120 again. So first, let's actually ask the user for input. So to do that, let's get a variable and call it number. Then that will be a prompt. So the prompt is where it'll ask the user for code. So what we want to ask. So what number do you want? Like that, okay? So now it'll ask the user. So after it asks, the number will be stored in the number variable. So yeah, so we can refer to it later in the code. Next, we want to counter it. That's always one lower. So like, if you type in 5, we want to counter that's 4. So that we can do 5 times 4 easily. So we have to make another variable called counter. And let's keep that number minus 1. So if we type in 5, the counter will be 4. And we need one more variable, and we can call it output. So this is the variable that will store the output. So right now, we have to keep it at the number, so that it will be more easier for us to times the number. So now, make sure you add the semicolons at the end. And now we have to get to the main logic or the main loop. And if you guys don't know what loops are, make sure to check out other videos on loops. I don't think I have any videos on JavaScript loops. So in this example, we're going to be using a for loop. So this is what we're going to be using right now for a loop. So I'll explain how this loop works. So if you guys need to learn more about the for loop, I will attach a link in the description to read more about the for loop. So you guys can go check that out. Anyways, this is the for loop. And then in here, we're initializing it. Basically, we can set whatever we want at the beginning. So since we've already initialized the counter variable, we don't really have to do this step, but JavaScript actually requires you to have one. So I just put the same thing. So this is not going to change anything. So this is the condition. So the loop will keep repeating until this condition is false. So what will happen is that it will run. So if if the counter is at 4, because we put the number at 5, so the counter is 4. So what it will do, it will keep repeating until the counter is equal to 1. So it will keep repeating until that happens, and every time it repeats, it will subtract the counter minus 1. So the first time it happens, the counter will be 3, the second time it will be 2, it will be 1, and then that's all, and the loop will stop. So, and every time it does that, it will just times the output by the counter. So say we put a number at 5, then it'll times 5 by 20. I mean, by 5 by 4. Because the counter is always 1 less than the number. So that would be 20. Next, output will be 20, and then it'll times 20 by 3. So then output will be 60. So, and then it'll times 60 by 2, because the counter is reducing itself by 1 every time. And then once it hits 1, the loop is going to stop, and then it'll look for any code after this. So after this, we need to give the user the output or the result of the code. So let's learn how to do that now. So finally, the last thing we have to do is just display the output, and that's actually pretty simple. Make an alert box, and then do the factorial of the number plus. So you can actually add things, like concatenate them. So number. Oh yeah, and one thing, make sure to add a space here so it formats correctly, or else it'll look combined and there's no space. And then is space plus, and then you can just type in output, which will be the answer. And yeah, that's basically it. Now let's just add some of the finishing touches. So now let's just add the finishing touches to it. Close the script tag and add an h1 tag, and then just type in reload the page to try another number, so that after the script is done, people will have a way to do it again. So now close out the body tag and close out the HTML tag. So now that's basically it. So now let's go ahead and test this. So let's save it. Then I'm just going to call it Factorial1.html. So make sure that you actually, when you're saving it, I got to mention this, make sure you send it to all files, and make sure you have .html at the end. Okay guys, so I opened up the file, Factorial1.html. Let's start with 5. And there you go guys. You guys just learned how to make a number, how to make a program using HTML and JavaScript that can find the factorial of any number. So guys, that's basically the end of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and share it with your friends if you haven't already. And one more thing, guys, join my Discord server. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can build a better community for my YouTube channel. So guys, yeah. So if there's any problems with the code, I will put a copy of the code in the description so you guys can troubleshoot it yourself. And yeah, and make sure to check out my other videos, and I'll see you in the next video. And goodbye.